Covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Jo Ellison. One of our top stories, after a car crash earlier this week, a school resource officer in Greenwood has passed away. This happened in Grady County, Oklahoma, southwest of Oklahoma City, and left Chris Boyd Jr. dead. Boyd had spent his life in law enforcement, working with Fort Smith Police starting in 1995. Now, in total, he spent more than 2 decades with the department before retiring and joining the Greenwood School District as a resource officer. Captain Daniel Grubb says Boyd was one of a kind.
I can't even touch the surface. I can tell you, you'll never, ever find a better cop in this world than him. You'll never find a better SWAT operator than him. You'll never find a better friend, loyal friend, than him.
Now, Greenwood Schools released a message saying the magnitude of the loss is hard to measure, and they're asking people to keep his family, their school safety team, and his many close friends in your thoughts and prayers. All right, before we move on to other top news, let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Zach Scott. And Zach, you've been talking about rain today.
Yeah, Joe, I feel like we've been talking about rain for a lot of days in a row as we saw that warm air and that higher humidity surge in late last week through the weekend and still here this week. We've had that chance for a shower. Now, the last couple of days it's been focused mostly for northwest Arkansas and after sunset, late evening into the overnight hours. That's where we've seen the rain. Today, for your Wednesday, we're tracking energy lifting up, a storm system coming out of the Gulf Coast around southeast Texas. That's going to lift north, moisture even increasing a little bit more from the Gulf of Mexico. Combine that with some daytime heating, we're going to see scattered showers firing up, not just for northwest Arkansas, and we don't have to wait until after sunset. They're going to start to fire up. Definitely by the afternoon, we should start to see these scattered showers and downpours start to move in. You notice that counterclockwise spin, that area of low pressure to the south of us, that has to pass by before this round of rain can wrap up. Off and on, hit or miss downpours, afternoon, evening, overnight. We'll have that chance of some scattered showers lingering, and then into Thursday morning, that storm system will exit. And we'll look out towards the west. We could get a few more late day showers to try to pop up out in Oklahoma and then head our way. So a lot going on here. We'll keep with that chance, that summer-like pattern where daytime heating will lead to the chance for some afternoon showers to bubble up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, even into Monday. Now, as we get into Monday, we'll get some cooler and less humid air to start working in. Joe?
All right, thanks so much, Zach. Well, special elections took place yesterday with voters in the city limits in Washington County overwhelmingly approving refunding those 2 series of bonds. Same story in Benton County, where the refunding bonds passed there as well. And take a look, Tawnytown voters deciding on the annual tax for the fire department. Voters rejecting that proposal by 63%. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the Beaver Lake area, where property owners voted to pass a $50 increase in membership dues for the fire department there. And voters across Oklahoma also went to the polls in this special election. In Worcester, voters there decided on a $3.4 million bond issue. Now, while this issue did get more yes votes than no votes, it did not reach the 60% approval needed to pass the issue. The property tax increase would have funded a new elementary school building. And in other news, the Arkansas Department of Human Resources is now working to redetermine people's Medicaid eligibility. With more than 1 million Arkansans benefiting from the program, legal experts call this event unprecedented. 5 News reporter Jose Carranza shows us why some are experiencing confusion and some Arkansans may lose their benefits.
Essentially, once the public health emergency was declared, you couldn't lose Medicaid. The only reasons you could lose it were if you moved out of state, if you were incarcerated, if you died, or if you requested it.
With more than 1 million people on Medicaid in Arkansas, the Department of Human Services is redetermining eligibility since the pandemic is winding down.
What we as an agency have to do is redetermine the eligibility of all the folks who stayed on Medicaid during these past 3 years.
Mailing letters to beneficiaries, DHS is acquiring information which is concerning for some.
And this is an unprecedented event, renewing eligibility for all Medicaid beneficiaries in the state. That's never been done before in such a condensed timeline.
Trevor Hawkins with Legal Aid of Arkansas has been helping beneficiaries and says there's a lot of confusion.
A lot of people that's been coming to us directly, they've been saying they never got those requests. And so I worry about how many people have fallen into that bucket. This notice system that they're using. There's a contract for $340 million to develop this system. And it's been a mess. We've not really had anyone call us and know exactly what's going on based on the notices.
Hawkins suggests Arkansans make sure their contact information is up to date with the agency. In 1 month of redetermination, Lesnick says DHS has found around 60,000 eligible to stay on the program, but nearly 73,000 are now ineligible. It's concerning for Hawkins, but says there's still something you can do.
You have appeal rights. You can file an appeal. That notice is supposed to tell you how to do so. And the agency is supposed to conduct an administrative hearing and make a decision within 90 days on that appeal.
Covering news where you live, Jose Carranza, 5 News.
Well, Legal Aid Arkansas is also looking at every individual situation to see what free legal aid they can provide. For anyone looking for more resources and information, you can find it on our website. Check it out at 5newsonline.com. Well, those are some of your top stories on this Wednesday. Make sure you join us again tomorrow right here for more of the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Jo Ellison. Have a great day.